Morning everyone. Today we will learn how to install Python on your machine. Anaconda Edition is a world's most popular Python distribution platform with over 20 million users worldwide. Mostly Python shell use in the beginners level, and if you are interested in graphical user interface, then you should use Anaconda. It allows you to work very effectively in a GUI environment. You can write your code, debug and execute your code in this interface. It is a desktop based also or GUI based, and can make use of Google Collaboratory, which is an environment which is cloud based. So Anaconda is a free and open source distribution. Let me show you how to download it from the website. Just simply type Anaconda download on Google. The first link which you are seeing here, just click on that. Now find the download button which is here. When you click on download button, it will ask you about the Windows about the operating system which you are using on your machine, whether it's a Windows, Mac OS or Linux. So according to your system requirements or according to your system supports, you can download Anaconda version from here. As I am already having Anaconda on my machine, let me show you how it looks. So it's the interface of Anaconda. Below every app you have a launch button. I am using Jupyter Lab or Jupyter Notebook here. Rather than getting itself confused with all this set of application, you can read up the details. You can read up the details here. With the every application, you have find the details mentioned here. Ki whether it is useful for web applications, whether it is used for GUI interface, or for research purposes. You are having RStudio also here. Then you want to use, just launch. So I have already launched Jupyter Notebook on my machine. Let me show you how it looks. So here it is a look of Jupyter Notebook. Let me show you how it appears. Here is a now it is the working environment of Jupyter Notebook. Actually it allows us a comfortable environment for maintaining the code. So how it works, let me show you. Here you see the old folders are shown here. If you have already a file designed, then you can upload here and use that particular file. Otherwise, if you are working first time, then you have to click new, select Python 3. Now it does look like that. So it is very easy to work. This environment is very comfortable for maintaining the code. So we will use this for our particular course of Python programming. So now further, let's have a look. That is a Jupyter Lab and Jupyter Notebook. So here's a comparison between C and Python. What is C and what is Python? Some comparisons I have shown here, like C is a complex, whereas Python is easy. In C, indentation is not mandatory, whereas in Python indentation is mandatory. Pointers are available in C language. No pointers functionality is available in Python. C is a compiled language, whereas Python is an interpreted language. So there is a limited number of built-in functions in C, whereas a large number of functions in Python. Implementation of data structure requires its functions to be explicitly implemented, whereas it is easy to implement data structures in Python with built-in like insert, append functions. Next, I have also covered the difference between Java and Python. Compilation process, Java is both compiled and interpreted, whereas Python is interpreted language. In Java, longer line of code, whereas in Python, shorter lines on code. Syntax complexity, defined particular block by curly braces, whereas in Python, no semicolons, no curly braces, only indentation is used. Next, Python versus some similar tools. Similar tools is SAS. SAS contains a widely variety of functions performing statistical operations, but it is not an open source. To overcome this, we are using R programming. It is open source software that can be distributed to anyone. The Python provides various functions for performing statistical operations and other operations also. Another one is MATLAB software, is also very popular and widely used software again, but it is not an open source software. Next is some keywords. Keywords are basically that are fixed, that can't be changed, that can be used as a variable name. So here are some list of keywords in Python. Next is of your Python identifier. So identifier represents the names used in the Python program. The length of the identifier can be varied from one to another. Some rules are here. The identifier can be a combination of various elements like uppercase, lowercase, digits, underscore, etc. Any one of keyword is not permitted to act as an identifier. First letter of identifier should not be a digit. Special alphabets like exclamation, @ hash, etc. is not permitted as a part of identifier. Next is Python indentation. Indentation is the most important thing in Python, as we are not using curly braces in Python. So in Python programming, a group of code or statements are arranged in an individual block. Each block can be separated with the indentation, like this one. Each block is showing by indentation, like this block, then particular sub block, then particular sub block, then end of this block. Next is comments. How comments are shown in Python. So hash is used for single line comment, and for multiple line comments you have to use triple double quotes like this. This would be a multi-line comment in Python. Starting from here, 3 line comments is like that. Thank you.